then I had to start developing a plan, redeveloping a plan, reassessing my life,
Right.
figuring out what really did I want to do, because obviously the idealism wasn't going to happen.
Right.
So, and that was hard. And multiple girls, I've talked to multiple people, women, and they've kind of gone through the same thing. They call it, I said, like your quarter life crisis. And as soon as I said that, they said, you're right. You know, you realize that what you had planned out in high school is not what happened. And it's the acknowledgement, and then you have to make that change. And that's the hardest part.
Well, now let me ask a question. I mean, how, when you're 13 or 14 years old, I mean, do you think it's a process, do you think it's part of the women being a little bit more mature at that age that gets them in that head to be thinking about stuff like that?
I don't know.
I mean, could it have anything to, is it biological at all? Because we know other changes happen then.
No, I don't think it's necessarily biological. I think it's things like, you know, you get into high school and you have your first real boyfriend. And that's when, I think that's probably what happened. I had my first real boyfriend, and then there was this flood of, like, every time my mom and dad would tell me the story about how they met and they were high school sweethearts.
Oh,
I'm
then
like,
you project out.
yeah, I'm going to marry this guy, and I'm going to have this beautiful wedding because every girl wants to, well, I'm not going to say every girl, but,
most
you know,
girls do.
most
Come
girls
on.
want to have the princess wedding with the
Sure.
fairy tale and the horses and the glass slippers and,
yes,
you know.
of course. And there's nothing wrong with that,
and there's nothing
princess.
wrong with that dream
Yes.
and that hope.
That's
But
right.
at some point you have to acknowledge that that's probably not going to happen. And that's the hard part, is realizing what, you know, those plans and dreams and hopes that you've held on to for so long, 10 years, aren't going to happen.
So my question to you is then, what kind of things, when you look back on it now, either helped you make the transition, or how did the transition happen? What kind of things helped you get to the other side?
It was going through and figuring out. Obviously, I had to come to terms with the fact that I am not going to be married anytime soon, you know, and that was kind of the first one, and so then I had to realize I needed to be independent, not dependent.
Okay.
So, you know, that was the first one. I needed to figure things out for myself.
Okay.
And then you just make, you know, lists in your head, things you like, things you don't like. I liked teaching. I didn't necessarily like the school I was at, so I needed to make a change.
Okay.
And then I wanted, with each change you make come other opportunities that you're either going to like or you dislike. So when I made this change, there's another opportunity to be a teacher trainer, which is what I do too. So I had to make the necessary changes in my life because I thought that's something I can do, you know. And it's really about evaluating where you are and what you want to do, but you have to figure out what you want to do, you know. And that might just be it's just going to take time,
right?
You know, you're not going to figure out overnight, this didn't happen, this is what I'm going to do next. You know, it's not something that is there.
And is there anything that helps?
A lot of friends.
Okay.
I made a lot of friends. So.
Wow. I want to ask you one question. I'm getting a flash from the battery. I may have to change it. If we go black for a second, it says I changed the tape. When you mentioned school, we know that when you go to become a doctor, you like intern for a while. Does that happen in school too?
In colleges?
No, in other words, when you go to teach.
Yes. Oh, yeah. You have to student teach.
Okay.
So when you become a teacher, you'll spend your last semester teaching in the school system with a mentor teacher.
Right.
You know, learning grading, classroom management, hands-on experience. Most colleges now give you multiple experiences. So with the college I went to, my first semester of my sophomore year, I would have to go I had to go twice to a school to observe, and then I did a lesson. Like, I actually had to teach a lesson. And then the semester after that, I had to go every other week to a school and observe and make comments and then teach 2 lessons. So I had that hands-on experience, and so I was really prepared by the time I got to student teaching on what I felt capable of handling and didn't.
Just as a footnote, what does it mean, student teaching? That you're
Oh,
student
that's I'm a college student who's taking over the classroom.
Okay.
So I'll be teaching the classroom. The actual classroom teacher
Right.
will be sitting in the back.
Okay. Kind of
Watching me, yeah,
Okay.
making sure the kids don't get out of control, that I can handle the kids.
Okay.
Making comments or notes about how I'm instructing the students. Is there anything I might need to change because, just sometimes the language you use with the kids.
Sure.
It might be too high level if you're dealing with some lower level students. And I don't know that because I don't have, as a student teacher, I don't have full access to their academic records like
Right.
you would as a classroom teacher. So you need to make those changes and they're your mentor.
Just to go back to something that you said before, I just on my end, I would refer to myself as a hopeless romantic, okay? And I also was one of those kids where I thought that, but boy, you know something? It's not true. I can't say that. I never ever thought about getting married, but I loved my high school sweetheart.
Right.
Do you know what I mean? Marriage. And I remember one day she said something to me about this guy. We had gone through we had broken up for a while and gotten back together, and she had seen some guy while we were apart, and he had spoken to her about marriage. And I want you to know something. I was totally unprepared for that. You know what I mean? Marriage was like, that was some distant thing you did when you grew up.
Right.
Do you know what I mean? And I was
Most girls probably have a list of their the names they would like to name their children.
really.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
I do.
Well,
I'm not telling them to you. I don't want anybody to steal my names.
Well, good for you.
They're mine.
That's mine. But so I mean, now that wasn't a goal, but it was. You know what? Something I have to really tell you something. My goal was always show business. Was always success in show business, and I like I said before. I think I've had real trouble. I don't think I've given up. Look at these poor people. I mean,
But that's okay not to give up.
But I've been coming into their home and heaven knows what rooms we've been to. Okay, but I mean, I've been coming, and so I'm still doing it. I mean, I mean, maybe I'm hopeless.
No, I think that
Just go ahead.
No,
Yeah, you
I'm
probably
thinking-
are. It's okay. You can say
No,
it.
I'm thinking in today's society with the with the extremeness of fame and fortune that we
Right.
see with reality TV shows and
Right.
everybody wants their 15 minutes of fame,
Right.
that it's something that everyone kind of strives for. It's how you use that fame or those skills
Right.
is what's really going to make the difference. You are, I'm sure, impacting somebody's life who's watching us right now.
Well, and I hope.
And that's my goal.
Well,
And this, as a teacher, everything.
Well, and I hope that that someone out there got something out of your 25
Quarter life crisis. The
crisis.
quarter life crisis.
Because now I don't know if we gave them much to hang on to. No, I think we did in a sense because here you are and you got through it.
It was identifying what it is,
Okay.
and you're not alone. You are not alone.
Okay.
But you have to be patient, and you have to be willing to work for it, and you have to be willing to accept change. And that's the hardest part. Is
Really?
you'll have to acknowledge that you have to change your goals,
Okay.
but you can't change. You. What I did was I just kind of abandoned the old ones, but I didn't make new ones
Okay.
because I couldn't.
Right.
I wasn't there. I didn't even know what I wanted to make those goals. So it's really a process of change, and that's it's the scariest part when you go through it, is that you have this this idea, this goal, and then it doesn't happen. And you could either try for it, which I knew I couldn't try for it because I wasn't married and I
Right.
didn't have anybody,
Right,
I
right,
wasn't dating and
That's
no
right,
interest
right.
in a relationship at the
Right,
time.
right.
So I just had to abandon those ideas.
Right.
It's in the past.
Right.
And then you had to make new ones. But I had to rediscover myself. What did I like? What did I dislike? What kind of music did I like to listen to? Reinvent myself. But you have to be willing to do that.
You have to be willing to accept the fact
The fact that
that those goals are gone.
Yes.
Is it hard?
it was.
I don't hear any beautiful music anymore. what was for your generation? Did you guys still have nice music, or was it all just boom chugga 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 ha and this?
I don't
crap?
listen to rap because I don't understand the words.
Okay, and it's not music. That's my opinion.
No, I don't get it.
What kind of music did you have when you were growing up?
New Kids on the Block.
Okay, was it music or was it?
It was no. It probably wouldn't be considered music. It wasn't anything like Frank Sinatra, and I like to listen to them too. Or
Not that old.
No, but you know what I mean. Like I like to
I'm only
listen
teasing.
to if you were to look at what I like to listen to, it's such a broad spectrum of things
good.
that. I normally don't listen to country music because no offense to the country music fans out there, but every song we listen to, it's about the same 4 or 5 topics. Guys, come up with something new.
Right,
okay,
right,
we
right.
got it. Your dog died, your girlfriend dumped you, and your wife cheated on you.
That's right.
And your truck doesn't run.
Ah, good for you.
Like, really? I know that already.
Right. They do have a limited
Yeah, they do.
storyline.
So,
But it's
so
like the
I'm like,
rap things, they do. They're the
Yeah,
same
they're
way.
the same
They're the
thing.
same. I had. I'm sorry, go on.
yeah, but I like to listen to a wide variety of things.
Okay.
I like what I like right now is happy music. And it is kind of that. It's I just call it happy music. It's
Right.
songs that, maybe they're stupid, but
Right, they're upbeat or
but
whatever.
they're upbeat. And when you have hard economic times and
Right.
you need to feel better, I put in the CDs and
Okay.
I feel a little bit better. We've got something else to tell everybody.
What?
We're on Facebook.
We are.
We are.
We didn't even talk about it. Okay. Well, what does
We're
that
on
mean?
Facebook. We are on Facebook. The page is still under construction,
Okay.
but hopefully it'll be ready soon. But we're there. Just search Angel and the Wiz, and it should pop up.
Really?
It should.
Cool.
We'll have to try it.
We'll have to try it. We'll
Yeah,
have to
it
try
should.
it.
If it doesn't, send us an email and we'll figure it out.
That's right. We'll put that on. And this is about 23 plus 5. It was towards the end of the show. Okay, I'll find it because I'll put up some. So and now and what do you do on Facebook? I mean, did they write to us on Facebook or did they just watch? I mean, what are we going to do with it?
We're not sure yet.
Oh, see.
We're gonna figure it out
To
as
be
we go.
continued.
Yes, to be continued.
Okay. Well, so has it been fun?
It's been fun.
Okay, so listen now. One of the nice things that's going to happen on Angel and the Wiz is that we are now doing new shows every week. So that means every week when you tune in, the Tinkerbell and I will be here, and we'll be doing new shows with you, and that's how it's going to be. We're going to talk about stuff. If you want, you can send in emails. Don't be nasty, okay, and everything else. But you could write to the address here. You can see us on Facebook. We'll put that up too. And if you have topics, you can throw them at us. But
Constructive criticism is always welcome, though.
right, for the girl.
For
I
me.
don't need it. I don't want it.
He's a pro. I'm the amateur.
No,
This is a pro-am show we're running here.
No. We are just equals. I don't want to start anything like that. Okay, I'm just old. See, that's old, young boy, girl. It's time to go. We have to go. Listen. We'll see you next time. We'll see you next time on Angel and the Wiz.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.